Kelly here at Don't Run with Scissors, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, and two crazy rescue dogs who likes to craft. I think I got it all in there. It's been a little crazy. It's been a long week. It's been good, not complaining. I have decided that my new best thing for this week I would share with you, but I ate them all. But they would be the olive and fig, like little toast crackers from Trader Joe's. Apparently, Trader Joe's thinks that 11 crackers is, or 5 crackers is a serving, and there are 11 servings in that box. Trader Joe's is smoking crack. Nobody's gonna just eat 5 of those. None. Not gonna happen. Either that or I'm a cow. Now, I will say it took me all day to eat the whole box, but I ate the whole box. And then I was like, we could go to Trader Joe's. It's not that far away and get more crackers tonight. Y'all, they're so good. We also got the pumpkin and cranberry ones. They're okay, but really and truly, if I have to pick one or other, it's the fig olive ones. And you wouldn't think they're kind of a sweet savory. I'm telling y'all, so good. And I tried some of them with brie because I like brie. And I tried some of them with cream cheese, and both ways are a win. So there you go. Um, that's my new best thing. Because yeah. But I wish Trader Joe's would make the serving sizes a little bit more reasonable. Come on now. Trader Joe's. It makes me feel like I'm a cow. Okay, so it's been a week. Um, the office, I'm getting slammed. I have zero regrets about it. The courts are finally moving a little bit faster, so that's been great. Um, I've gotten in several new clients in the last 2 weeks. I just got a new one tonight. That's great because, that's what I pay myself with. But you got to remember, I'm solo. Like it's me. I do this all. Like I do the billing, I do the phone calls, I do everything. So, like I'm like, okay. But it's all good. It's manageable. It's little chunks here and there. Um, I also am still fighting the sinus infection. We are on medicine number 2, um, and a course of steroids. Steroids raise your intracranial pressure, so my shunt is working overtime, and it's between that and the weather, it's having a little bit of trouble keeping up with everything. Um, and now I've got a little low grade fever, which is a new thing. So we'll see. I sent the message off to the doctor. It's all good. Um, Tomorrow night we have our first unit test. I mean, we've had smaller tests and projects that we've had to turn in for ASL. Um, they gave us, so last Thursday we were in class and we practiced and we went through all of the vocabulary, and we have 5 pages of vocabulary that we already know 3 weeks into class. It is insane. And like one of the lines is all your numbers 1 through 50. We have to know how to, not only do you have to figure out the sign that goes with something, he'll give you like the math equation and you have to solve it. Dude, I did not know math was the prereq to ASL. I haven't had a math class since I was in high school, like my sophomore year, maybe my junior year. My class, we just had our reunion for 31 years. Yeah. So he's like, 147 times 193 equals. And I'm sitting here going, what? What? My kids are funny. They think it's absolutely hysterical that mom is struggling with math equations. And I'm like, again, went to law school, not engineer school, not med school. We don't do math. Um, So we are cramming for this test. Fingers crossed. Y'all, 5 pages of vocabulary already. Say, how are you? You deaf? No. Hearing? Um, my name, and I can spell my name out. His name. Add. Oh no, this I think this is multiply. Um, you have to know all your WH questions. How many, how, who, when, where, why. Um, again, I do that a lot. Again, slower, slower. Um, from now on, he either will sign your name and you have to raise your hand and tell him you're here, or he'll point to you and you have to get up and tell him your name, right? So I told him the other day, I mean, my last name is I'm a hyphen. It's freaking long. Now, my poor daughter is, her first name is Isabella, same last name. So my kids have to, and William goes by William. So there you go. And I said, well, Bella, you go by Bella for the most part. Most people either call her Bean or Bella. And she goes, I don't want the teacher calling me Bean. I'm like, total respect for that, right? I'm like, just spell out Bella. And he always gets on me about my fingers for my L because I don't push them all the way down. So I told him from now on, I'm going to type in my name, M-O-M. And he told me that was acceptable because there's one guy older than me, but he's only like 6 years older than me. And he's been signing for years, but he learned to sign in Arizona. And apparently there's like dialects of signing. Who knew? But him and I learned dog was kind of like you slap the side of your leg, like you're calling your dog. Apparently, dog is like this. So there you go. There's your sign of the day. Dog. Dog. Um, and this is cat. Like his little whiskers, cat. So fingers crossed. Nutrition started. I thought it was going to be like self-paced, finish it at your own time. Nope, nope, nope. While we don't actually meet at a specific time, there are deadlines for everything, and you have to meet. So yeah, so it's holy moly. There's a lot there. So you guys will appreciate this because last week I think it was last week I shared with you that Clay and I started jukebox stitchery, and things are starting to, we're starting to get everything together for that, and um so I added that to my things to do list. Going to school full time. My training is back on. I've hit the last week's worth of workouts every day. We've kind of figured out a system with my coach and I on what works to kind of keep me on track and not let me sort of veer off course, and not like when dealing with a sinus infection or an injury, how to keep things going but not be like crazy. So tonight I may go ahead. In the next 3 days, I have to fit in a 90-minute ride and a 45-minute hike. Hike run. That's what we're calling it. So we'll see. Traditionally, Monday is my rest day, but I don't know with this test being tomorrow that I want to have to worry about that too. So at school, we have a sign club, and it's literally called the sign club. But we don't make signs. Well, I guess we do, but we're all in the program. And so here's the thing. The board consists of 4 people right now. So they don't have, they aren't saying like this is the president, this is the vice president, this is the treasurer, this is the secretary, right? Because they don't have enough people to fill all the board positions, apparently. Although that's only 4 people, so I don't know. But out of those 4 people, 3 of them have graduated. And one of them is set to graduate at the end of the semester. Okay, it happens, right? So it's like, how much work could it really be? It's a student organization at a community college. I mean, I'm not trying to diss anybody, but like I've run organizations that have hundreds of members. that do huge events that raise thousands of dollars that have to be processed and things like that, right? You have all this Robert's Rules of Order you've got to follow. Like, this is not anything new. I usually end up on the board of every organization I join. The only reason I'm not on the board or like running a committee for the state bar is literally because I'm too lazy. And that's exactly what it is. I am too lazy to put my resume together to submit. I don't need a resume, or I haven't needed a resume. I started my own firm, well, with a partner initially. We started a firm 12, well, 13 years now, I think. 13 years ago. So the last time I needed a resume was for the job that I got that where I met my old partner, which would have been almost what would have been 9 months before that. So even if I gave you my resume, it's terrifically out of date. So, anyways, so I messaged the girl about the sign club because I joined, the kids joined, you know, and I said, what all does it entail, kind of thing, like give me the lowdown. I was like, okay, I can handle that. And she goes, okay, so what you need to do, this is, I'm not even kidding you guys, I'm dying. She says, I'm going to send you a questionnaire that you have to fill out. Okay, that makes sense. Like your name, that kind of stuff. I could see that, right? 2 pages long, 2 pages of questions. Then you have to attach your resume, like your actual resume. Yeah, okay. Your resume, and I have to get a letter of recommendation from one of the professors in the program, who I've known now all of 3 weeks. hmm But wait, it gets better. So I'm filling out these questions. It's like, what do you bring to the table to be on the board? I don't know, in fact, I'm in your fucking program. But so I was nice. I was very professional. I answered the question and I was like, and I make terrific banana bread. I don't know why. I was in a mood. I probably put like under qualifications. I'm like, I make really good banana bread. Like what? I probably put about banana bread 4 times on that 2 pages. So she writes me back. She got on my application. My professor was like, absolutely. She's like, look, I haven't known her that long. She's new to the program, but she seems like she's a real go getter. She's got, she's kind of thing. Writes me just a cute little note. No, it wasn't. It actually was way better than I thought it would be, given that I've only known the woman for like 3 weeks. So submit it. I have to go through an interview with the current board members. What? It's a club. I'm not getting paid to do this. Like, seriously. So I'm going to feel like a whole big horse's butt if I don't get on the board now. Like, now it's just a matter of fact. Like, are you kidding me? So the kids think it's absolutely hysterical. They're dying laughing. My friend who I went to dinner with last night, I was telling her, she's like, it was Kat who's supposed to hopefully be able to start classes in the winter semester. She's dying. She's like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, no. And I show her. I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. She goes, that's hysterical. And I go, now it's not even like, now it's, I have to make it on the board. Are you kidding me? You're making me jump through all these hoops. I'm going to feel like an idiot if I don't make the board. And then I'm just going to fill it up with all my friends because I'll be the only board member that's still in the freaking school. Yeah. So, not even kidding you. Okay, so Dana and I have talked about Stitch Life and the magazine. For those of you who don't know, Stitch Life got kind of put on hold as Dana was doing some huge life adjustments this summer and things, and totally excited about her new job and her move. And I adore Dana, so that's not a problem. So Dana and I have decided that it looks like I'm taking over as editor-in-chief of Stitch Life magazine. And her and I have a good game plan going forward about how we're gonna move the magazine forward. Um, and she's still gonna do the subscription boxes because she actually does a really nice job in curating those and keeping them affordable. Um, which I appreciate and stuff. So I'm super excited. So don't be surprised if I reach out to you about maybe interviewing you for a column or something like that. So I've got that on my table because why not start another business, take over a business. Um, so yeah. So that's the big news. Is the big news is I speak English well. Um, yeah, English. And I have to keep reminding my words because it really and truly it is learning a foreign language because it's not a word for word translation. So every time I can remember a word, I try to remember a word. We had an assignment the other day where the person signed and I slow them down just because I watch them at regular speed and then I slow them down to try and catch more. And I must have watched this poor video 20-30 times, and I'm like, I can't catch every sign. And I'm getting frustrated with myself. And so I sent the teacher a note. I'm like, I can't make out more than X, Y, and Z. And he goes, okay, you are like a brand new signer. You're not going to catch every word. And that's okay. What you're looking for is, can you catch the concepts? What is the conversation? Like, what's the general gist of it? I was like, okay. So I took the exam, the little quiz afterwards. Y'all, I didn't need to watch it 35 fucking times. I did not need to watch it that many times. I knew all of the answers probably after watching it like 3 times. I was so mad at myself for getting myself so worked up about this. And my grade in that class, 94 is a solid A. Right now, going into this test that I'm absolutely freaking out about, I have a 93.75. I'm a quarter of a point from a solid A. And we all know my OCD is just like freaking out. So we got that. Um, let's see what else. I did get some of the paint on the wall Sunday. I did that. I got the top half, the second coat on, and then I just wasn't feeling good, so I was like, yeah, no, we're done with painting. But I just did decide to keep my little witch jars, and they're sitting on my little table that I love, and I love my stitchy spot, and I even do homework there some nights, and it's just that chair is so perfect. It was so worth the $75-$80 that I paid for it. And I'm so glad that it fit in the back of the Jeep. Um, let's see what else is going down. I did actually get some sewing time in on Sunday. So I had the 6 little tops and stuff cut out. I got 2 of them sewed up. I have now because I'm a Disney princess. So this is I'll probably just wear it for jammies, like a little nightie. It's like a big t-shirt, but it's sleeveless, and I don't tend to wear sleeveless outside. I know it's weird. And then I got 2 little bears. Big bears. So that's cute. So that's just a nice little comfortable dress. So 2 out of the 6 got sewed together. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, so I told you guys, like I've been working really hard on my credit, right? And now my credit's over 700. Like I've been killing it. So Home Goods gave me a credit card with a decent limit. Like, okay. So I can buy right in because that's really all I buy at Home Goods. Um, oh, and I buy my tea. That's where I found the pear cider. So if we find more pear cider, we will be buying more. Okay. So I went to Tractor Supply because that's where I buy the guinea pigs, their hay, because it's cheaper. And the big joke is, in the spring, Tractor Supply Company, you can go in and buy baby ducks and baby chickens. Did you know that? You can. And Home Good or and Tractor Supply, they're going to give me back 5% of whatever I spend in their store if I put it on my card that they gave me. Home Good or Tractor Supply gave me a credit card with a $1,500 limit. So now I tell certain people who are all freaked out about the idea of me having chickens or ducks, that means Tractor Supply Company is telling me I need, and God is telling me I really and truly do need ducks and chickens. And then I wouldn't need to buy eggs. So, so far that has not been kind of what they think. They're not agreeing. I don't really care. They don't pay my bills. I think it's absolutely hysterical. I it's so weird. Okay, so I don't understand. Like, they have them in the spring. I don't know why we're discussing it now. Um, they have them in the spring, but you can't hold them. I've asked. They won't let you. I don't understand that. They have the little sanitizing spray for your hands to get washed before and after, but they won't let you. And you also can't just buy one. You have to buy like multiples. But I can take my dog in there. And oh, at the Tractor Supply, I don't know how many of you guys have Tractor Supply Company by you guys. They sell clothes in there, right? And sometimes they sell like little kids' clothes, like little kids. Well, Maisie's feet aren't big. They're little. Lizzie's got big paws. Whoo, that girl's got some big paws. The other day they had these little teeny tiny baby shoes. Or like booties. They almost look like they could fit Maisie. I was so tempted to buy her a pair of shoes. Actually, 2 pairs of shoes. Just because all of those videos of dogs wearing shoes crack me up. And there's one dog on, I think it's on TikTok. And he always wears like goggles. And he's got the little shoes on. And they put a scarf around him like he's like the Red Baron or something. It cracks me up. And the other thing that people do, yeah, they do a lot of things. But I have decided I need to go and tour the country and pick up all the stray dogs or all the rescue dogs. And if you're on TikTok, you should follow Leroy Brown, the dog attorney. This attorney has got his boxer, and he's always wearing like the little collar with the tie on it. And he's got a voice. And I hope it's like this distorted voice because it's kind of an odd voice. But the owner is like, I'm Leroy Brown, attorney for dogs. And he's a little boxer dog. Oh, he's big boxer dog. He cracks me up. I love that dog. I need to go cuddle that dog. And there was a dog on there that got into, the humans had a bunch of pot, and the poor pit ate apparently a lot of the pot, and it now walks all wonky because it damaged it neurologically. And he's in a rescue shelter. He's in Arkansas. His name is Nugget. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if I don't film a floss tube from Arkansas. Nugget's not available for adoption yet. Or we may already be down in Arkansas. So yeah. The bad part is the community has a rule about only having 2 dogs. And of course I have Maisie and Lizzie. Maisie's so small, I think I could pass her off as a cat. I mean, her ears are kind of weird. Her ears could pass because if she's got them up. So I don't know. I'm bad. I know I'm bad. I would adopt every stray child and every stray animal in the world if I could. That is just how I am. So, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about stitching. So we've done some sewing. I showed you that. Very cool. That is the only 2 things I have finished. I have to tell you, I'm a little kind of getting itchy for a finish. And I don't have, I'm like looking around all my whips and stuff. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't have anything that I could knock out in like a couple days even. Like I'm not that close to a finish on anything. So that kind of sucks. I do have some haul though. So before I show you what I've been working on, I will show you my haul. If you remember Common Threaded Stitcher, they did a unicorn chart thing, and it was like, okay, let me see if I can find anybody's unicorn. Well, somebody mentioned that there was a chatelaine that they loved, and it was called Sea Quilt. I had never heard of this. We all know I have a love of all things aquatic and the beach. So I was like, okay, well, apparently it is available, and I found it for her. And sent her the message, and I was like, they have a couple of them. And I was looking at it really close, and yeah, I bought it. Look at them. I've never seen a chatelaine that I've wanted to do up until this, which is not a traditional chatelaine, but look at how gorgeous that is. And there's beads, and there's krynic, and there's silks and water lilies and treasure braid and beads, and oh, there's seahorses and seashells, and it is just so good. When will I start this? Not a clue. Not a clue. But I own it, so that's got to count for something, right? What else is up here? Welcome to my house where things fall off. Okay, forgive me. Okay, so I think that is really and truly the only thing stitching I've bought lately. That's not true. I bought several things that are just downloads, and I haven't printed them off yet. But that was a big purchase. So, what have I been stitching, you may be asking, right? Because that's what we're all here for, really. Not to hear about me going to college and being crazy. I mean, that's just an added bonus. So, we are almost to the halfway point on this. It makes me, I love this stitch. I cannot wait to stitch it again because this one is a gift. What are we stitching on? We are doing 99 by Ink Circles. So there are 3 more in this row, and then another row of 6, and that page will be finished. So we're actually at the halfway point of page 3. How cool is that? Love it. Love it. Because of all of the studying I am doing and everything else, my stitching time has been narrowed. So I've decided, like, I schedule it now just like I schedule my workouts, just like I schedule work for clients, because otherwise that's just the way life is right now. So the only other thing that I have been really working on and trying to knock out, because this is somebody's paying me to do it, is Pikachu. So we are now, let's see, we've got more of the sky is in the pink and the purple. The darker purples are coming in. I actually got frustrated and I started doing even the yellow of actually Pikachu. So we are moving along. It actually, this one's a good one for me on days where, like, on school days, because I can take it. I don't have to worry about counting. I don't have to, and they're larger chunks for the most part. It's either really big chunks or it's a lot of confetti. But it's sort of, there's not a whole lot of thinking required to do it, which is kind of nice. So that's really and truly all I've been stitching. I'm trying to think what else I've been doing. Yeah. There's only 24 hours in a day, and unlike myself, who tends to forget that, yeah. So tomorrow I still have to go out and get the boy child from one campus, and have dinner, and I want to try and get a little bit more. I have to either do a 90-minute ride or a half hour to 45-minute walk run on the treadmill. Um, so yeah. Um, so I'm gonna let you go because I've got to do all that and figure out dinner. You think I have an air fryer and an Instapot and a crock pot. You think coming up with a dinner for on nights where I'm like, I was at my office most of the day. I got to my office actually before noon. I had two clients. I had a client come in and a client consult come in who ended up being a retainer. Um, and I left the office. It was just a little bit before 6, and I brought home stuff. Um, I have to pick up my son from campus at 8:30, which means I really do need to get going because it's already 8:17 here. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Um, this is part of the vocab. I bought these flashcards off of Amazon, and they're really cool, except for they don't have all of our vocabulary that we've learned. But that's part of it. Yeah. So fingers crossed we do well tomorrow. Like I said, I'm a quarter of a point away from a solid A. I don't know if he rounds up or rounds down. If he rounds up, I'd have a solid A if I don't lose any more massive points kind of thing. So we shall see. So on that happy note, I'm going to take off. I got to go get the boy child and grab some. I think we're just going to do McDonald's tonight, which really sucks. I don't really want McDonald's. And we'll go from there. And again, fingers crossed for our test tomorrow. So, all right. Have fun. Go be kind to somebody. Do something epic. If there's anything I can do for you, feel free to reach out. Again, either here. If it's real personal, hit me up on Instagram. I'm His Princess Kelly on Instagram. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.